Hello there everyone. Welcome to my Free from Foolishness 2025 updated Forsaken Easter egg guide. This video will show you how to do the Forsaken Easter egg as fast and as efficient as possible in the year 2025. This Easter egg is really fast and really easy, so without further ado, let's instantly jump right into things. The first thing you're going to want to do is stay in the spawn area until about round 5 or 6. When you're in the spawn area, before you activate the teleporter, the rounds are going to flip really fast. So just stay in here until round 5. If you want to go to round 6, you can, but in my game, I stayed until round 5. And then once you reach round 5, go over to the teleporter here marked by the objective marker. Once you activate the teleporter, you have to wait for 30 seconds, and then you can go through the teleporter. Now, this map is laid out in essentially a straight line. So what you want to do is you want to beeline it all the way to the amplifier. So just keep on following the objective markers. They tell you where to go. You're literally just going to constantly go in a straight line, teleport through multiple teleporters, and then once you get to the amplifier teleporter, a abomination is going to spawn out. Kill the abomination and then go through the amplifier teleporter. Once you go through the amplifier teleporter, literally go straight and you will see a red button. So just look in my game, there's literally just a red button straight in front of you after you get out of the amplifier teleporter and click on it. Once you click on this button, you will be thrown in a cutscene and then the Easter egg will have officially started. Like I said earlier, this Easter egg is incredibly easy and it is literally only 5 steps. These steps are to build the neutralizer, get the wonder weapon, complete a specific step with the wonder weapon, do a escort step, and then the boss fight. It is really that simple. The first thing we're going to be doing is getting the neutralizer. However, while you are getting the neutralizer, you also want to be going for the wonder weapon as well. The easiest way, hands down, is to do the challenges. I would say once you complete a challenge and get all the way up to the gold rarity, you have around a 50% chance of getting the wonder weapon, the crystal axe. So in my game here, I have 3 players. We all just constantly did challenges and we were able to get the crystal axe on round 13. Also, the more crystal axe, the better. So even if one person gets it, I would still continue to do challenges just to see if your other teammates can get the crystal axe as well. But you only need 1 for the Easter egg. So constantly be activating challenges until you get the crystal axe because you will need it for the Easter egg. So just continue to do challenges while you're going for these neutralizer steps. In order to get the neutralizer, there are 3 parts around the map. The first part that I'm going to show you requires an abomination. So what you're going to want to do is go to the boardroom here, which is right in front of the amplifier portal and very close to the Wonder Fizz machine. You're going to want to come to this corner here, which I guess is the bottom right or the bottom left corner, depending on where you're looking, but come to this corner. What you need to do is get an abomination to charge at you into this corner. So the abomination has a couple of attacks. He has a long range attack, but he also will dash at you. So what you need to do is just sit in this corner, wait for the abomination to dash at you. He'll then hit the wall and then a part will fall down just like this. The next neutralizer part requires you to have a gun with dead wire on it. So make sure that you get a gun, put dead wire on it. It does not need to be pack-a-punch, just have dead wire on your gun. And make your way over to the arcade. Once you're at the arcade, you will see this video game machine called Grand Prix here in the middle of the arcade. What you need to do is kill a zombie right next to the Grand Prix machine with your dead wire and have the dead wire activate on the zombie. Once the dead wire activates on the zombie, it will power up the Grand Prix machine. Once the Grand Prix machine is powered up, you turn into a ACR XD, which is essentially just the car score streak that blows up. Once you turn into this car, what you need to do is make your way over to the radio store. Now, if a zombie hits you, your car will blow up and you will have to spend $2,000 to purchase another car. So if you want to do this at the end of the round, or if you think you're really good and can dodge the zombies, then do that. But it took me a couple of times in my game, so honestly I would just wait towards the end of the round and have someone else hold the zombie and then activate the car. Once you are in the car, like I said, make your way over to the radio store here, and then what you're going to want to do is go inside of this vent. Once you go inside the vent, make a hard right get into this corner here and jump up with your car and detonate it. Now, I actually don't know if it's the explosion of the car itself or the shockwave, but there's a TV that you're going to want to push. So just sit in this corner, jump up with it, have the shockwave put it back, and then jump up again and explode your car. Once you successfully complete this task, you can then go over to the TV store and you will see a TV sitting in the windowsill here. Now, the third part requires a process that can be a little bit finicky, and you need to be prepared for it as well. You are going to be put into a lockdown. Now, to activate the lockdown, come over to the fuel processing station. You will see 4 giant pillars that all have control panels on them. Now, you and every single person in your game need to make your way over to a processing tank, and you all have to hold X on a control panel at the same time. This is really finicky. I've had it happen in a couple of games where we all press it at the same time and it doesn't activate. And if you fail this, you have to flip around until you can activate it again. So you have to have perfect coordination. Honestly, how we did it is we had a outside source count down for us so that mic lag did not affect us. You could also all set a timer. Usually Activision is pretty lenient on your timer when pressing it together, but for some reason on this step, you all have to be perfectly in sync. And if you're doing it solo, just one person has to press it and it's really easy. But in my game here, there was 3 of us, so all 3 of us had to press it at the exact same time. And like I said, if you fail this, you do have to flip around, so it's pretty crucial that you want to get this done correctly. Once all 3 of you hold X on it at the same time, you will then begin the lockdown step. You will have disciples spawn on you. It is kind of hectic, so make sure you got Ring of Fire. You at least maybe want to pack a punched gun, perks at this point. And then once you complete the lockdown step, you will get the third and final neutralizer part. Now, once you have gotten the neutralizer, the next step is for you to get the wonder weapon. So make sure that you have the wonder weapon at this point. Again, just keep on doing challenges until you get the wonder weapon. Like I said, in my game, I was able to get it as early as round 13. Once you have the wonder weapon, there are 3 giant crystals around the map. There is one up here on the storage zone 5 rooftops, and then there is also one in the amplifier. Each of these giant crystals will have 3 orbs floating around them. What you need to do is activate the gun mode of the crystal axe and shoot these 3 orbs. Now, when you shoot one orb, the other 2 orbs will then proceed to speed up. And then when you shoot the second one, the third one will speed up even faster. So this can be a pain, but what I would do is have somebody else hold zombie and then look at the pattern that the balls are going. The ball that is the furthest from the crystal, I would shoot that one first, as it's going to be the biggest pain if you decide to leave that one for last when it's at max speed. So shoot the orb that is the furthest from the crystal and then handle the other 2. Once you shoot all 3 orbs, you can then go to the melee version of the crystal axe and you can melee the giant crystal and it will explode. It will then drop a little mini crystal and an abomination will spawn in. What you need to do is pick up the mini crystal. It will go into your tactical slot. So for me, left bumper on controller. And then what you need to do is you need to throw it inside the mouth of an abomination. The easiest way to do this is when the abomination is doing his charge attack. So when he's shooting his beam at you, you can throw the mini crystal inside of his mouth. Or the abomination also sometimes does a roar where all 3 of his mouths are open. You can throw the crystal inside his mouth then. You will know you have successfully thrown the crystal inside of the abomination's mouth when his tail turns from purple to orange. So you're looking for that orange tail. Once the abomination's mouth turns orange, you can kill it and then he will drop a crystal shard. Pick up that crystal shard. If you fail to throw the mini crystal inside the abomination's mouth, no worry, you can just go re-pick up the mini crystal. You get infinite number of them until you get the big crystal shard from the abomination. Now, you need to do this 3 times for each big crystal. So go to one of the big crystals, shoot all the orbs, melee the big crystal, pick up the little mini crystal, throw that inside of an abomination's mouth, wait for its tail to turn orange, kill it, and then pick up the crystal shard. Once you have all 3 crystal shards, you are ready to do the escort step and then the boss fight. Now, when you do the escort step, it is going to take you out of the map. So before you do the escort step, you have to make sure that you are prepared for it. Now, after you complete the escort step, it will take you into a little mini safe zone before the boss fight where the Wonder Fizz will be there and Pack-a-Punch. So you will be able to do all that stuff after the escort step. However, you won't be able to do it during the escort step. For the escort step, I would make sure that you at least have Jug and Stamina up for this escort step. You don't really need anything else. However, you are going to be going into the boss fight immediately after the escort step. So make sure that you're Pack-a-Punched. You at least for sure need Jug and Stamina. For the escort step, what you are going to do is come over to Main Street and you are going to craft the neutralizer on this specific crafting table here. Once you have crafted the Ethereum neutralizer, hold X on it and you will start the escort step. What's going to happen is the Ethereum neutralizer is going to be moving forward and it's going to have a bubble shield around it. If you are inside of this bubble shield, you are protected. However, if you go outside of the bubble shield, you will start taking damage. The issue is that you are going to have to go outside of the bubble to collect these blood orange or red orange crystals to power up the Ethereum neutralizer. So what you're going to want to do is either knife or shoot these orange crystals. And then once you do, a little mini crystal will spawn in from it, pick it up, and then go take it over to the Ethereum neutralizer and hold X. This will power up the Ethereum neutralizer and continue to let it go straight forward. There's just going to be a bunch of orange crystals around the map. There's also going to be some zombies. So in my game, what we did is I just went out and picked up all the crystals while my friends defended me from the zombies. That was the most efficient way for us. You could also just get someone with the wonder weapon to go out and do this and just go to town with the crystal axe, knife a bunch of zombies, knife the crystal, pick up the mini crystals and go fill up the Ethereum neutralizer. The Ethereum neutralizer does take a lot of orange crystals. I would say probably about 20 to 30 to power up the full thing, but just keep on looking for those orange crystals, shoot them, knife them, pick up the mini crystals, and field the Ethereum neutralizer. Once you have successfully completed the escort step, the Ethereum neutralizer will die right in front of you, and then you'll be put in a little pre-safe area before the boss fight, where, like I said, the Wonder Fizz spawns in, Pack-a-Punch spawns in, a crafting bench and armor station spawns in, so you'll be ready for the boss fight. Here's what I would bring into the boss fight. Bring in a death machine. Make sure everyone has a death machine. You can't use a chopper gunner or anything else like that. Death machine is crucial for this boss step. How me and my friends did it, there were 3 of us. 2 of us had Ring of Fire and 1 of us had Healing Aura. If you have 4 people, I would say do 2 Ring of Fire, 2 Healing Aura. If you're twosome, 1 Ring of Fire, 1 Healing Aura. And then if you're solo, I would say do Ring of Fire. I would also say have as many players with monkeys and Casimir grenades as well. Those will come in handy. Self-revives too if you have enough money. And definitely tier 3 armor. And with whatever cash you have left, make sure that you get perks. If everyone has the Crystal Axe, that's great. If not, I would say the other players that don't have a Crystal Axe, try to have a long-ranged weapon like a Pack-a-Punched AR, and maybe a shotgun as well. This boss fight is really, really easy if you are prepared and know what you're doing, but if you go into it blind, it actually can be a difficult challenge. But if you follow all the steps that I told you to do, make sure you're perked up, have armor, have a death machine, have multiple monkeys and Casimir grenades, and have Healing Aura and Ring of Fire, you'll be completely fine for this. So for the Forsaken boss fight, what's going to happen is first the Forsaken is going to have armor surrounding him in the forms of giant Ethereum crystals. What you first want to do is there's a giant Ethereum crystal on his right shoulder and on his left shoulder. What you want to do is do enough damage to this crystal that where it blows up and then a giant orange portal looking thing will spawn in and where the crystal was. That's going to be his weak spot. Maxis is also going to be flying around the map and have a little blue circle underneath her. If you are able to get enough kills where Maxis is standing, you will charge up this giant laser that you can use. So the steps for this are shoot off the crystal with your gun. The Crystal Axe gun is really good for this. This is also where the death machine comes into play. So have someone pop Ring of Fire, pull out your death machines, and you just obliterate the crystal. Once the crystal blows up, charge up the giant laser with Samantha Maxis, and then shoot the laser right at the weak point. The first phase is doing this for his right and his left shoulder. Once you do it for the right and the left shoulder, the Forsaken will go down to 50% health and then throw you into this little mini cutscene. After you survive the cutscene, next he's going to have a crystal right in his gut. So what you want to do is just destroy the crystal right in the center of him, get in front of Maxis, have her charge up the giant laser, and then shoot it right at his gut, or his stomach, however you prefer to call it. Once you do this, his final crystal spot will be his head. So again, repeat the process. Activate your Ring of Fire, get your death machines and your Chrysalax gun, throw a monkey so that you are unprotected, and then absolutely lay into his head. It will very easily destroy the crystal. Then charge up Samantha, get into the turret, shoot his head, and that is it. And then you get arguably one of the coolest ending cutscenes of all time, which I will let you guys experience for yourself. But this Easter egg boss fight is really easy. Anyways, guys, if this Easter egg has been helpful for you, please let me know in the comment section down below. I did the other 3 Easter eggs, D-Machine, Firebase C, and Mauerder Toten, a long time ago, and I've honestly just put off doing the Forsaken, mainly because Black Ops 6 came out and I've been making content on that instead. But here it is, finally my Forsaken Easter egg guide. Sorry it came out so late. Please let me know if you enjoyed this. I really appreciate the support on these videos that I've made. I have a lot of fun making them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out.